Welcome back, guys, to another What If on this channel. And now that I am back from Anime Expo, expect some more What Ifs on this channel. But anyways, let's get into part 8 of What If Goten Was Born First. I haven't touched this What If in a while, mainly because I've been waiting for Super 2, or whatever you want to call it, to start up again, but nothing's happened, and I might as well just bring the What If back. It's somewhat popular on my channel, so might as well just bring it back. So on the last part, I covered everything from the creation of Majin Jr., the Majin version of Cell Jr., to Super Buu arriving at the lookout. So yeah, pretty much not much, but today we're gonna finish off the Buu Saga and get into Super. So let's get started. With Super Buu arriving at the lookout, Goku sends the kids into the time chamber. Junior knows that he is no match here, so if Super Buu decides to go off the handle, Junior knows that he won't be able to stop him. So, to survive, Junior makes his way into the time chamber with the other kids. Goku, just like in the original timeline, requests Buu to wait a while for the true challenger to show up. Like in the original timeline, Buu waits 30 minutes. And with Goten pretty much awake now, because he was passed out in the previous part, this is where I think Goku would begin to teach Goten the fusion dance. But because it's Goten's first time learning this, obviously he doesn't get it right the first time, so we get a failed fusion. I don't know what to call it, but it'd be like the skinny version of whatever the fusion would be. But after the 30 minutes, they unfuse, and Buu starts getting very impatient, wanting to fight that strong guy. While Goku does offer to spar with him, while Gohan and Bra get ready, he knows that he can't beat him in Super Saiyan 3. But Goku decides to power up the Super Saiyan 3 anyways, giving Gohan and Bra a few extra seconds, I guess. Buu, however, states that Super Saiyan 3 Goku is barely stronger than that big blue bug man. Buu really wants to fight that warrior. That's why he's here, to fight them and not Goku. So eventually Goten does give up and demands Buu to follow him into the chamber. Everybody questions on why he's gonna take him. Goten says that he knows Gohan and Bra won't waste time. He trusts and puts faith on them. However, he is worried because they are kids, and Gohan can't even go Super Saiyan. Meanwhile, in the land of the Kais, Vegeta has been going under some special training. And if you've seen the Buu Saga, you know where I'm going with this, if you know what happens to Gohan. Now, everything that happens in the time chamber really just plays out similarly to how the original timeline went. The only difference is that Piccolo doesn't blow up the door inside the time chamber, so they can still get out. Eventually, the battle between Super Saiyan 2 Brahan and Super Buu ends up on the lookout. The fusion is smart enough to find ways to dodge Super Buu, like creating new attacks, but eventually, due to Brahan using large amounts of energy to try to stop Buu, completely disintegrated him and everything, they aren't able to, and they defuse. With fusion pretty much failing on them, it's now down to Goten, Goku, Piccolo, Nappa, and Junior to stop Super Buu. Goku requests Piccolo, Nappa, and Junior to stall for some time. He wants to try something and see if it'll work, but he's gonna need some time. Piccolo tells the other two that he has a plan and pulls out a small bottle, while Goku and Goten takes the kids away to a safe area. While Piccolo talks about his strategy with the other two, Super Buu is there just kind of laughing at them. Is like, oh, you think you three can stop me? I beat that fusion over there, and they were stronger than all three of you. Super Buu rushes at them, but Junior gets in front of Super Buu and uses his solar flare. This allows Nappa to get behind him in a full Nelson. But as Piccolo gets the Mafuba ready, Nappa begins to sink into Super Buu. However, before Nappa can be fully absorbed by Buu, Piccolo tries to hit them both with the Mafuba, or the evil containment wave, whatever you want to call it. This hits one of them and Nappa gets sealed away. Unfortunately, Buu had pushed Nappa in front of him, so he had moved his body around Nappa to push Nappa in front of the Mafuba. Buu then proceeds to kill Piccolo and Junior. I mean, Junior does try to put up some kind of fight, with his solar flares, his Destructo Disc. He even tries a final flash on Buu, but nothing works, and they're both killed. But before he leaves, Buu swallows the bottle that Nappa is sealed away in. Buu then proceeds to go look for Goku and the kids, but because there's not really that many living creatures on Earth right now, since Buu pretty much killed all the humans, it's not that hard to find them. When Buu arrives, he sees them getting ready to perform the fusion dance. Gohan and Bra fly up to Super Buu to try to install him while their father, I guess friends, perform the dance. But Buu just pretty much slaps them away like if they were fodder, which they kind of are. But however, he is unable to stop Goku and Goten from performing the fusion dance. So we get the fusion between father and son, known as Goten. Goten wastes no time and powers up to Super Saiyan 2. Having knowledge of Piccolo's death for his second time, Goten wastes no time as he punches Super Buu in the gut, and he moves his hand around a bit, feeling for the bottle that Super Buu had, until ultimately Goten rips the bottle out of Super Buu's stomach and he throws it at Gohan. And then Goten begins his beatdown on Super Buu. Just punching him left and right, throwing him through mountains, just giving Super Buu all kinds of hell. Super Buu even tries doing his whole explosion thing where he blows himself up, but Goten just kind of walks through it, spinning his arm really fast, and knocks Super Buu away with the rolling dragon punch, which is basically him just spinning his arm really fast and hitting him really hard. And while Super Buu's on the floor, Goten decides he's gonna finish this now before any more trouble can arise. So he transforms into Super Saiyan 3 and blasts him with the ultimate Kamehameha. Thanks to Goten's more serious side, he's not gonna play around as much as, let's say, Gogeta or Vegeta. 5 minutes later, Goten defuses. The kids and even Nappa go over to hug the pair, and with the help of King Kai, he calls the Namekians to gather their Dragon Balls. And once they've gathered the Dragon Balls, which would be like, who knows how long, maybe 20 minutes later. But once they've gathered the Dragon Balls, their first wish is to bring back everybody killed by Buu, except for the most evil people, of course. The second wish is used to bring Dende to Earth so they can get Dragon Balls again. Because in this timeline, Dende hadn't gone to Earth during the Cell Saga. They decided not to bring another Namekian and have Dragon Balls cause any more problems. But they're gonna need them, so let's bring him back. The third wish is used to bring Junior back to life. Goten does this because he thinks that, yeah, he tried to kill them earlier, but he also did kind of save their life, give them enough time to perform the fusion, and thus pretty much everything goes back to normal. About an hour later, fortune teller Baba shows up to tell Goku that he's got to return to the afterlife. But before he leaves, Goku tells his sons that he won't be coming back because pretty much this was the one instance that something he didn't directly come to get him, but there's still that chance that, yeah, something could come to get me, and he doesn't want to evolve the Earth anymore, kind of like with the whole original timeline when Goku died against Cell. From here we go back to the land of the Kais, where Vegeta has been watching everything, and although he's disappointed that he didn't get to fight, he requests Shin to do something for him. And after a bit of discussion, Shin agrees and teleports away, bringing Goku to the Kai planet, where Vegeta requests Goku to fight him, to which Goku obviously happily accepts. They start out in their base forms, and eventually go through each of the transformations, So they go to Super Saiyan, and then they go to Super Saiyan 2, and after this, Goku shows off Super Saiyan 3, to which Vegeta responds by unleashing the ultimate form. That's right, we're getting Ultimate Vegeta in this timeline. I mean, I had to give him something since he didn't really do anything in the last 2 arcs. He will become more important as Super goes on. This pretty much puts Goku and Vegeta on an even playing field, since Vegeta throughout this entire arc has been a lot weaker than Goku. But Vegeta's power in the ultimate form just keeps on rising. This is where the battle takes a turn, and Vegeta is named the victor of the match. With Ultimate Vegeta being a thing, this only reinforces the idea of Goku not really coming back, since he's no longer really needed, since you got Ultimate Vegeta, you got Super Saiyan 2 Goten, and then you also got Junior there, pretty much the 3 strongest on Earth right now. Now, what happens between the 4 years before Super starts? Well, Goten goes on to help his mother run the farming business and pretty much make it grow. So he becomes pretty much the CEO of the farming business. He even goes on to marry Erisa. And yes, I've just found out that I've been saying her name wrong this entire time. And oh my god, I feel stupid. Gohan and Bra do continue to train and study. Vegeta and Nappa continue their work as bodyguards for Capsule Corp. But I think with the combination of being the strongest warrior on Earth and finally beating Goku in a fight, he can actually start a family. But with who? Well, since he spends most of his time at Capsule Corp, I think he would hook up with Tights, Bulma's older sister. During the 4-year time skip, I do think they would have a child. The name and the gender, I'll leave it up to you guys. So it's a poll time. As for Cell Jr., I think he'll spend most of his time trying to find himself. Get himself a new hobby. Junior will still challenge Goten to a one-on-one fight every now and then. In age 778, Beerus wakes up with a Super Saiyan God dream. Beerus does go to fight Goku on King Kai's planet. While Goku has gotten closer to mastering Super Saiyan 3, Beerus still kicks him down, you know. When Beerus arrives on Earth, there is no Majin Buu to anger him. So I think that it would really just come down to Beerus running out of patience. Bra, however, stands up to Beerus, telling him, "Who do you think you are, coming here and acting like you're some kind of king or god?" With Bra basically trash talking him, Beerus, instead of slapping Bulma, he slaps Bra. Seeing this, Gohan becomes a Super Saiyan 2 for the first time, which pretty much shocks his family and his friends, having no idea he could do this. Gohan does get a shot in on Beerus, but he's still no match for Beerus. At this point, Vegeta and Junior step in to fight Beerus, and they actually do pretty well, at least compared to everybody else, but they're still no match. They try to finish Beerus off with a Final Flash, perfect Kamehameha combo, but it does nothing. Beerus still wrecks them. Goten hits up on the idea of asking Shenron if he knows anything about the Super Saiyan God. We then get to find out about the Super Saiyan God ritual and that we need 6 pure-hearted Saiyans. The Saiyans we have are Goten, Gohan, Nappa, Vegeta, and then his kid. And the final Saiyan will be, of course, Junior. You may be asking how? Well, technically, Cell Jr. is a child of Cell, who has Saiyan DNA in him. I just want to mention that in this timeline, Goten doesn't have a kid like Gohan because I don't want to make him too similar. Well, at least he doesn't have one yet. So after a disagreement between the Saiyans about who's gonna become the legendary Super Saiyan God, Goten is the one who is chosen for the transformation, mainly because Vegeta already has the ultimate form and I don't want to make him too powerful. So the Saiyans hold hands and they all pour their ki into Goten and he becomes a Super Saiyan God. Beerus goes over to congratulate Goten on becoming the Super Saiyan God, but Goten says nothing. This makes Beerus a little mad and shows that he's quick to anger. The fight between Goten and Beerus plays out similar to how it did in canon, but Goten plays it more defensively than his father. He's trying to conserve the God Ki, trying to make it last, as well as learning Beerus' fighting style. So when Beerus throws his Sphere of Destruction, Goten is able to push it back using the remainder of his God Ki. This causes Goten to pass out and pretty much be caught by Beerus. Once Beerus brings him back down to Earth, he tells everybody that Goten did pretty good and with the right training, he could be very strong. And with takeout bags in hand, Beerus and Whis head home. Eventually, Goten does end up meeting with Whis, and he begins his long and hard training. During this time, Vegeta plans to go train with the Supreme Kai. He did want to go with Goten, but he told Vegeta he'll go by himself. As Vegeta is about to leave with Shin, they are approached by Junior, who wants to go train with him. After Junior makes his case that they're gonna need all the strong people they can get in case Beerus ever decides to just destroy the Earth. You know, they have some kind of retaliation. 1 year later, on Earth, the sky just randomly goes dark, and pretty much Frieza gets revived using the Earth Dragon Balls, because no one's protecting those for whatever reason. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off for now, since I'd rather cover those 2 arcs, or maybe 3 arcs, in a different video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little longer than I was expecting for it to go on. I didn't think I was gonna spend that much time on the ending of the Buu Saga, because I thought, oh, it's gonna be really quick, but I decided not to make it really quick for whatever reason. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.